Eric, hi. I have a poem to share with you. Um, and it's actually not a poem, it's a passage. And in fact, I shared a bit of it before, I think like 2 years ago now. And it's the thing that goes, I am a son of the earth and the starry sky. My soul is eternal, but I'm tired and I'm dying of thirst. It's a little blurb from a healing tradition in southern Bulgaria, a healing tradition founded by Orpheus during what was then Thrace. Thrace was a civilization right before and during ancient Greece, just a little farther north from Greece itself. And the mountains there are called the Rhodope Mountains. It's where I grew up. And it's where some scientists believe that Orpheus lived. Whether or not he lived there, there are many sanctuaries that have been discovered there that have Orpheus figurines and Orpheus rites that were performed there. And the rites have to do with renewal and surpassing mortal limitations. And they have to do with clearing and and there's a lot of washing and a lot of forgiveness and a lot of things that help us to not carry burdens around. So I kind of love that he is mostly known as a musician, but there's a whole mystery school that he founded and had followers for centuries. And these little fragments have trickled down through Italy, where they have been preserved, thankfully, through the Catholic tradition, although they're very opposite to the Catholic tradition. But of course, they were just sort of subsumed and kind of interbred, so to speak, with Catholic teachings. The reason I'm speaking to you of Orpheus is I really, I think you are our modern day Orpheus. Don't let this get to your head. But your music is just as his was known to be, very stilling and very heart-opening, and it opens up the listener to the whole wide natural world. And it's not sort of a unidirectional God save me type of chant, but it's sort of a hymn of praise to the whole planet, really, to the whole world and all it contains, the beauty that's innate in the world, especially in the natural world. You write so much of plants, of flowers, of birds, of flight, and you have so many songs that are just sheer praise, and that I thank you, God, which just so powerfully instills God in the natural world and connects and equates God with the glory of the natural world. That is so Orpheus, and it is very healing to hear music like that, because it opens us up from our separated selves. So whenever we have hurts and grievances and things that are hard to forgive or things that have hurt us, we sort of close off. Whereas your music just opens up and shatters the boundaries between us and the rest of the world, which is very, very, very healing. And it's the quality that Orpheus had, the gift he had for harmonizing us with the world around us, which is really the essence of healing. It's the removing of obstacles and boundaries. So, not a small thing. Yeah, and I'm grateful that you do that. So, so here goes the passage. You've already heard it, and I'm sorry to be repeating it, but there's more deliciousness on either side of the password itself. This was taught to people in their last hour as they were dying, and of course death is a very, very fearful, I mean it's the most fearful thing we go through, and mostly because we don't know sort of what's going to happen. And so this was a way to prepare a soul, a person for dying and for the travel that was believed to be happening after death. Sort of our journey to the afterlife. I always picture the Woody Allen bit here where he's on a boat, which of course is borrowed from Bergman. I can't remember which movie it's from. Anyway, so the journey to the afterlife and how treacherous it can be. Yeah, that's what it's about. There are two lakes that I mentioned. One is the lake of forgetting, the lake of Lethe. It became later in the ancient Greek pantheon. And that's the lake that's like a hard drive erase. It's the thing that wipes your whole memory and you're kind of no one after that. The other lake is the lake of remembrance. The belief is that we live sort of a veiled, partial life here on Earth, and that after this little chapter is over, we go backstage and we can have restored to us the full awareness of who we are as an eternal soul. It's so pretty. Who knows if it's true, but it's just so pretty to think about. And so in Greek mythology, this is the lake of Mnemosyne, Mn, also the root for the word mnemonic device. So, of course, as all rewards are in myths, they're hard to get to, and they entail a trial of character. And so there's a little bit of drama happening that you're going to hear. Yeah, so here goes. Italian first, and I'm sure you'll get most of it, if not all, and then a little translation. Okay. Alla sinistra della dimora di Ade troverai una sorgente con un bianco cipresso accanto. Non avvicinarti a quella fonte, ma troverai un'altra, con le acque freschissime del Lago dei Ricordi, guardata da una sentinella. Allora dirai, io sono figlio della Terra e del Cielo Stellato. La mia anima è eterna, ma sono stanco e sto morendo di sete. Presto datemi acqua del Lago dei Ricordi. E allora ti danno, e vivrai sempre con gli altri eroi. Translation. To the left of the door of the underworld, you will see a spring with a white cypress next to it. Do not approach that spring, but instead you will find another with the most refreshing water from the lake of memory, guarded by a sentinel. Now say, I am a son of the earth and the starry sky. My soul is eternal, but I am tired, and am dying of thirst. Quickly, give me water from the lake of memory. And then they will give you to drink, and you will live forever with the other heroes. It's the perfect myth. Could have been straight out of Campbell, but I haven't seen it in any of Campbell's work. So the contrast here of the two lakes and the harder to earn but much more rewarding prize of remembrance I could talk forever, but I think I need to get to the next point. It's 10 minutes already. And the next point is there is a sanctuary in Bulgaria. There are many sanctuaries in Bulgaria that are that have Orpheus rites, sort of traces left of Orpheus rites. But this one in particular that I went to with my cousin a few years ago, it's called Tatul. It's in the southern Rhodopes. It's a very, very beautiful place. It's on a little hill, mostly rock. It's been sort of opened up by archaeologists, and it's such a powerful place because you just go and you're kind of a little discombobulated because it's a very windy road up until there. And when we got there, I lay on the rock for a little bit, and just 10 minutes. And once I got up, I had so much energy. I was so recharged. And my cousin as well noticed. We both had so much energy afterwards. For 3 days, we were like the Energizer bunnies. And it was a very strange thing because we'd never experienced anything like that before. And I remembered that while we were there, I made a video of, there was a tour guide sort of speaking off away from us, but we made sure to overhear. And he was talking about how scientists came over from Japan to measure the electromagnetic emanations of that little hill. And they discovered that the electromagnetic field there was much higher, like something like 10 times higher than the previously known as highest electromagnetic sanctuary in the world, which is somewhere in Tibet. The ancients apparently had ways of finding out where these unusual places are and building their sanctuaries there in order to, achieve higher states of bliss and enlightenment. There are books about this. They're called ley lines, and they're sort of earth rays, emanations from the earth that come out in straight lines and on a 90-degree grid, and where those intersect, it's a very powerful place, a very healing place. So it's useful to build a sanctuary there, so it looks like the priest is the one doing the magic, but it's really the earth that heals and recharges. So yeah. I hope you can come out and visit it one day. I think you would like it, and it would recharge you. So this is a little gift for you via your granddaddy Orpheus, Bulgaria, and me. And yeah, thank you.